Well, Black and White Network, we got some breaking news here. The news has come down. Today is Tuesday, and the news is actually saying that Kamala Harris would actually choose her running mate on today, Tuesday. That is the case, guys. Now, for the longest time, people were actually speculating that Pennsylvania Governor Josh Shapiro would be the pick. But even CNN said, hey, there's a major problem with Kamala Harris actually choosing Josh Shapiro, simply because Josh Shapiro is Jewish and has actually shown support for Israel. Even though, guys, he knew he was in a running to be Kamala Harris's running mate, and he backtracked and backstabbed Israel. Yeah. Now, she actually chose him. The far left man would have revolted. You see, Joe Biden had a problem with the far left, especially in Michigan, because they hate the Jews over there. Those far left Democrats over there in Minnesota hate Jews. So I was kind of surprised this morning, guys, when I actually saw that Kamala Harris had actually chosen Minnesota Governor Tim Walz here. Yeah, actually speculation about him actually dropped a little bit yesterday, but this morning the news came down. Josh Shapiro is out. And guys, the only reason why he's out is because he's Jewish. No other way to put it, guys. Now, some people believe this is a mistake. And this actually may be an error on Kamala Harris. Because right now, man, Trump is actually winning in Pennsylvania, Michigan, Wisconsin. Even though the media is saying it's actually kind of closing up. She chose a governor from a state that she was already in the lead. Okay? Minnesota is a blue state, but it is really, really close to actually flipping to Trump. Maybe it will. Maybe this pick of Tim Walz actually solidifies Minnesota as a blue state in 2024. Not really sure. But let's go ahead and get into this, guys. Make sure you guys like this video, subscribe to the channel, become a channel member. Member live stream every single Friday at 10 a.m. Central Standard Time. If you watch on Rumble, click the join button to get access to the same thing. And you guys can also support us by becoming a member on blackandwhitenetwork.com or supporting us on Locals, both for just $5 per month. So here we go, guys. Fox News here. Kamala Harris names Minnesota Governor Tim Walz as a running mate, according to the AP. Now, Tim Walz used to be a high school teacher, and he was actually a part of the military. But this man allowed Minneapolis, to be destroyed by BLM riots. He did nothing. He did nothing, man. That's why I say, guys, this is the most radical ticket ever. Says here, Kamala Harris, the Democratic Party's presidential nominee, on Tuesday named Minnesota Governor Tim Walz as a running mate as she faces off against former President Trump in the 2024 election. According to the Associated Press, the naming of the 6-year-old Walz was not a shocker, according to Fox anyway, as his name was instantly thought to be in contention in the 2 weeks since Harris succeeded Beijing Biden as the party's standard bearer. The 6-year-old Walz, a former congressman, is in his second term as governor of Minnesota, a state that Democrats have reliably won in presidential elections for decades, but that the Trump campaign has aimed at flipping this cycle. Having the plain-spoken Walz on the national ticket not only helps Harris in Minnesota, it also benefits her in the two neighboring Midwestern battlegrounds of Michigan and Wisconsin. Maybe not. When it comes to Wisconsin, man, Wisconsin is the most right-leaning of these states. I still think that President Trump is actually going to win Wisconsin and Michigan. And I also think he's going to win Pennsylvania. Okay. Walz, the chair of the Democratic Governors Association, may also help Harris when it comes to bringing in campaign cash, as he has helped steer the DGA to record-breaking fundraising this year. The governor will also be able to showcase a slew of progressive policy victories in Minnesota. You see, guys, this man is a far-left progressive, man, including protecting abortion rights. But abortion rights is not a federal issue. That is a state issue. Okay? Legalizing recreational marijuana, is that really even a priority for Americans right now when Americans are actually losing money? And restricting gun access to curb shootings. Raised in rural Nebraska, Walz enlisted in the Army National Guard in 1981, soon after graduating from high school. Walz returned to Nebraska to attend Chadron State College, where he graduated in 1989 with a degree in social science education. He taught English and American history in China for 1 year through a program at Harvard University before being hired in 1990 as a high school teacher and football and basketball coach in Nebraska. I wonder how he actually feels about men and women's sports, now that I actually know he was a coach. Anyway, 6 years later, he moved to Mankato, Minnesota, to teach geography at Mankato West High. Walz was deployed to Italy to support Operation Enduring Freedom in 2003 before retiring 2 years later from the National Guard at the rank of Command Sergeant Major. He was elected to the House in 2006 and re-elected 5 times, representing Minnesota's 1st congressional district and mostly rural district covering the southern part of the state that includes a number of mid-sized cities. During his last 2 years on Capitol Hill, he served as a ranking member of the House Veterans Affairs Committee. Walz won election as governor in 2018 and re-election 4 years later. The name of Walz comes after the Democratic National Committee held a virtual roll call and formally nominated Harris as the party's presidential nominee. So there you have it right there, guys. The most radical ticket ever. This man let his state burn to the ground, man. I'm definitely going to be looking forward to a debate between J.D. Vance and this guy right here. Will it actually happen? I'm not really sure, because I'm not even sure if a debate is actually going to happen between President Trump and Kamala Harris. Something's telling me no, man, because she is just hiding out, man. She's trying to pull a Biden in 2024, where he didn't campaign. She hasn't given any interviews. Nothing. She's hiding, man. Nothing more. But it's pretty clear to me, guys, that Josh Shapiro was not picked strictly because he's a Jew. And Kamala Harris pandered to the far left that hates Israel and hates Jews. That's just my thoughts on this. What do you guys think of this? Black and White Network fans, let us know what you think about all this in the comments. Make sure you're subscribed to the channel. And we'll catch you next time.